Okay guys, next section, more progress, obviously. There's always a little bit of drama with making custom parts for the first time. Well, for me, I don't do it professionally, so we'll start with the drama part first. I had, in the last section, I had just gotten this built, and so now it's trimmed. And I took a look. You probably won't be able to tell, but I tried a certain way on how to wrapping the fiberglass around and in front to fill it. And once it got all cleaned up, it pulled away and looked like hell. It's just totally gross. So I said that's not going to work. So I just basically cut this section off and popped the part back in the mold and made a new section. It's a lot cleaner. Like I said, you learn every time you do something new. So this is a lot cleaner section. Popped it on, a little bit of reinforcement, and then so have my bottom screw mount in there, and it's awfully hard to get the matting to do a 90-degree turn, so it didn't want to lay down exactly inside the mold, so I had to do a little cleanup, and that's where I used my professional glazing putty and just filled in some voids there, and a couple here and there. Since this was the first one, like I said, you kind of have to figure out how the fiberglass is going to lay, so not too bad. I got a little bit, it's nice and smooth. This is down to 320, and so it's basically ready to prime. So made a lot of progress on that. Since then, I've made the right-hand side cover. It came out really nice, if I do say so myself. If for the guys that don't remember, the mold came off of this tank, and so I think I did pretty good. I just the newer bikes have a plastic under tank, which is a side cover, so that's why I'm doing it like this. So you can see where all the fittings, and I had to fix all that fun stuff. But so this one needed just a bit of work too. Actually, I had to try to clean this all up in the female, and so it had a little high spot there. So took a little work on that. A couple places where I kind of went crazy with the vibro cutter. So no big deal. Again, I just used the professional 2-part glazing putty, filled those in, and so this baby's all 320 sanded and ready to prime. One thing I did on this, I found out with the 2 layers on the edge, this is just way too heavy duty. So just to save some weight, I didn't reinforce the edges here. It has a little bit of flex, but it's a light, almost weighs nothing, so it's not that big of a deal. So I just used a single layer mat there. So that's all ready to prime also. So we're almost back to the next step. Now, as far as this goes, this had no bottom mount, so I had to take my other mold, and I just filled that with resin. And so it's full of resin, so I made a little mount here. Like I said, the mat doesn't like to lay over, so I had to do a little cleanup with the glazing putty, the 2 parts. So that's nice and tough. Got that ready to rock, so I can JB weld that on the cover when I figure everything out exactly where it goes. And I've started on my my little nubbies here. I finally came out with the final design, and if you saw the earlier videos, you know I just made a 2-part Bondo mold for these guys. So these guys are ready to go. So those are done. These are hard as a rock, so I'm working on those. So I'll be able to glue these guys on, and once those are done, then I can start primering. So we're almost done with this project. So hope you're enjoying it so far, and So that's where we're at. So into that section. Okay guys, final section. Because I'm not going to do anything on painting. That's pretty individual. So but last night I got this the nubbies all epoxied in or JB welded in and cleaned up. So we've got all our nubbies. She's finished and ready for primer. One thing I do, sometimes it depends on how good I want it to look. You know, you usually get a lot of over splooge, I call it, whatever, when you glue something in. So I just take a little carbide and clean it up and sand it up a bit so they don't look horrible. Most people don't ever see that stuff anyway. So that's a left side cover, right side cover. Everything's glued on. I trim this all up and clean these up a bit. And got those little JB welded in. These guys will stick out quite a bit. Some of these, this one's really long, but that's not a problem because I'm going to, these are going to be painted semi-flat black, so you won't even really see them. So, so that's the end of this whole section here. So I hope you learned a little bit, and thanks for watching.